Hey everybody, this is John Marucci coming to you live from the KOA Holiday at Lake Whippoorwill, east of Orlando, about 30 minutes. We're having a good time here at Lake Whippoorwill. Nice little KOA. We're going to do a review just now on the various parts of the KOA and our stay here. So one of the benefits of the KOA here is its proximity not only to Disney, it's not too far away, but also a proximity to good shopping and restaurants right across the street really. So there's a lot of nice things here. And there's very good Wi-Fi here to work from, which we'll talk about in a minute. The other thing is it's right on Lake Whippoorwill, which is a really nice lake, and you can enjoy that lake while you're here. So let's talk about our review points. First we'll talk about the check-in and hospitality. The folks here are very friendly, which is a nice welcome when you come here. They're very nice to work with, very friendly people at the desk. They have a nice general store there, and which has, you know, snacks and really a lot of RV supplies, as well as propane and firewood on premises as well. So there's some nice things here on campus here. But the check-in process is pretty easy. Just go to the front desk and get your site and come to your site. They do take you out here like most KOAs. Guy in a golf cart takes you to your site, helps you back in, which worked well this time. The second point we talk about is infrastructure and amenities. And this KOA is pretty well stacked as far as infrastructure. The roads are paved, and it's also gravel around the campsites. They are kind of narrow though to get in and out. Just be aware of that. If you have a very big rig, it's kind of tough to get in. But with the art pod, it wasn't very much trouble at all. It has bathrooms and showers that are clean regularly and in good shape. Took several showers here, worked really well. Basically, the KOA is very well maintained. They have a good staff here, and things are well maintained. There's also a laundry room. A little bit older than, say, versus Fort Wilderness, smaller machines, but it's also a good bit less expensive. So it's a pretty good trade-off for doing laundry. The sites are cleaned, much like Fort Wilderness at Disney. When someone leaves the sites, they do come and clean the sites, which is nice. Nice touch. So the sites, when you get your site, it's pretty clean. And there is a dump station on premises if you do need to dump, although all the pads here are full hookup. So the full hookup pads are nice, and you know, it's a pretty good deal for that in that regard. The other thing that's nice about the KOA that I like is that when you take your trash out, you can just leave your trash in front of your site, and they have someone coming by regularly to pick up the trash up to about 7 p.m. So that's good. One thing to note about security though, there's no security at the gate. Unlike the state parks down here in Florida, you know, the security here is pretty limited. There's no gate to check to passcode in, and there's pretty easy access. Anyone really could drive in here. There's no passcodes to get into the bathrooms or the showers either, so just be aware of that as well. Okay, let's move on to site quality. The site quality is okay. Like the other KOA over in Kissimmee we stayed at, the lot sizes are pretty small, especially these back-end sites. One of the ones that we took. It's very small. You're very close to your neighbor within a few feet. If they have their windows open, you're going to hear their conversation basically. And so there's not a whole lot of privacy. The grades are pretty good. They're pretty flat in general, so you don't have to use a lot to level out. And again, there are full hookups. So, you know, fair lot quality. Now you can purchase different lots. We've got the basic back-end lot, but there are premium sites that are actually on Lake Whippoorwill that cost a good bit more, about 50% more. Okay, so next topic, exercise. You know, I'd give it fair ratings for exercise. There's a swimming pool and hot tub and a volleyball court, playground for kids. There's also their Camp Canine, so you can let your dog off the leash and let it run a little bit. But generally, as far as running, again, we're runners, it's a little bit difficult to run. You have to run out of the campsite and on the main road out there for a little bit to get your mileage. So just be aware that there's no real off-road trails that you can take. You have to be a little bit aware of driveways and cars and so on. So just be aware of that if you're a runner. And finally, workability. You know, we're very surprised that Wi-Fi bandwidth here is outstanding. So we didn't have to use our AT&T cellular plan at all. They must have just recently put in extra Wi-Fi antennas, because one of them we hooked up to got very good Wi-Fi signal. And we worked several days here this week and didn't have a problem at all with the Wi-Fi. Never had to use our AT&T, so that worked really well. And if you have to use your AT&T if you wanted to, which I don't know why you would, it's not bad at all either, so just be aware of that. So workability is very high. And so let's look at our final step, and that's the overall value. I would say the overall value of this site is very good actually, because keep in mind this is about 50% less in price than, say, staying at Fort Wilderness at Disney. It's about half an hour away from Disney, and it is toll road, so you could drive in, but you're going to be paying a toll. But it is only half an hour if you wanted to visit the Disney parks. And yet the price is about half the price with a good bit of amenities, so I'd give it a higher rating. The premium sites are about 50% more than this site, so about 25% less than, say, Fort Wilderness. Still pretty nice right on the lake. So overall value is pretty good, really. And you know, probably stay here again if we wanted to and we're in the area. If there are no availability at, say, a state park, it's a good intermediate spot to get in. So there it is. There's a review of the KOA Holiday here at Lake Whippoorwill, east of Orlando. Pretty good place to stay. Might want to consider if you're down here. Again, this is John Marucci. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. We appreciate you watching. And don't forget to subscribe. We'd love to have you on the channel to watch future videos. Again, John Marucci, thanks for watching. Have a great day.